My name is Erin Zepp and I'm a dietitian at the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Today we are going to make some holiday healthy turtle brownies. These brownies are healthy because we are going to use some black beans in the mix. Don't worry, no one will know. And we're going to use a sugar substitute instead of regular sugar to make the brownies a little lighter, less calories. First things first, when we're making black bean brownies, you want to grease your pan and then line it with a piece of parchment paper. I have done that to my 8x8 here today. This is a regular 15-ounce can of black beans. I have rinsed them and drained them very well. They're going to go into the bowl of my food processor. And we're going to process them until they are smooth. This will make a big sound, so bear with me. Once they've broken down into a rough paste, looks like we might need a little bit more here, so I'm just going to scrape down the sides, and we'll process them again. All right, once those are all broken down, we are going to add 3 eggs. You could use egg substitute, but we've cut the calories down quite a lot with the changes we've already made, so I did not today. And then 3 tablespoons of canola oil. Don't use olive oil. Olive oil is a little too strongly flavored for this dish. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Once all of our wet ingredients are in there, we're going to process again until smooth. All right, it's all nice and mixed up. We're going to scrape down our sides again. Process to combine. Okay. Once that's all good to go, I got a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened, 2/3 of a cup of my sugar substitute. Brand here matters. I've used a Splenda 50/50 baking mix. I really prefer that one best to all the other ones on the market. You want to use the baking mix, not just the regular sweetener. The baking mix has about half of it is Splenda and half of it is regular sugar. You do need a little bit of regular sugar to make this work out. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. You'll notice I'm mixing this up in its own bowl, separate from my food processor. That's because I want to make sure that everything gets evenly incorporated into my batter once it's done. So there we go. I'm going to put this in here. Just let that come on. All right, easy peasy. Take this off and pour it into my prepared pan. Okay. I'm going to scrape down the sides a bit. Go. And then top it with some chocolate chips, about 1/3 of a cup here. And because they're turtle brownies, with some chopped nuts of your choice. We chose walnuts here today. Get them nice and evenly distributed there. They will settle a little bit while they're baking. This goes into a 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes until the edges are visibly cooked and the middle doesn't jiggle very much whenever you shake it. So join me back in just a minute whenever I show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so now our turtle brownies have come out of the oven. They've puffed up beautifully and have cooled completely. So one thing about these brownies is that you want them to cool completely and store them into the fridge until you're just about ready to eat them. They actually taste best the next day. But you want to put your toppings on just before serving. So today I have a sugar-free caramel dip sauce from Walden Farms. Again, brand is important. Another one that works really well is the Smucker's lower sugar, the reduced sugar ice cream topping. Okay, so we're just gonna drizzle this on top, and then we'll have low sugar, high fiber, black bean brownies, a healthy holiday treat. Just drizzle this on top. You could also top these instead of chocolate chips with crushed Andes mints or crushed peppermint things if you wanted a little bit mintier, more holiday flair. Okay, there you have it. A healthy, low sugar, black bean brownie treat.